What's up? Welcome to the Virzi Triplets show. Today we have a very special guest. Before that, though, please, Dylan, pan over to our new. This is our new merch, Flirty and Dirty shirt. Mitchell modeling it right now. He's a little flirty, little dirty though. Look at that. That's the new merch right now. Stand up, little guy. You're too short.
Sucky.
Got a couple different designs on the website, virzitriplets.com/merch. Check it out. Also an I Was Sad shirt from Floor Is Lava. Today, very special guest, one of our favorite people in the world. Couldn't be here, so we had to comedian and now Floor Is Lava alumni.
Yeah.
Willie Macc, everybody.
Hey.
The Macc, the myth, the legend. What's up?
I love doing that.
You're my favorite voice to impersonate, by the way.
And you do a really good job, and it bothers me. It makes me want to talk faster or take a little bit of the bass out. But I never do.
Have you ever done a Virzi Triplets impression? Can you do a Virzi Triplets impression?
Let me hear you all. Just give me a sentence.
Let me give you a sentence, Willie. I'll tell you all about let me tell you about life.
All right. Let me give you a sentence, Willie. I can tell you all about life.
That's not bad. It wasn't horrible.
Off my first try.
That's like generic. Yeah. Chappelle doing white people. That's how it sounds. Like generic white guy, but it's good. I mean, we're bros.
Practice. Did you get me on the first try?
Immediately. I heard you talk enough though. I like if I can pick up oddly specific, very oddly specific things I can do really decently well.
Yeah.
Alex is very good at a couple accents. One is Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He can nail a Russian impression. Give me I don't like the Ukrainians. I steal their land. They're no good. That's my, Russian I do decently. Mitchell's not usually good at it.
Mitchell's not good at accents.
Terrible at it. Terrible.
That's something that I wish I was better at.
Accents?
Accents. I've auditioned twice for SNL, and I made it to callbacks. But every time they want to do like these impersonation things, I'm like, I'm not good at it.
Well, I will say, Alex does have a better Jamaican accent than you.
Oh,
wait, hold on. Scratch the Jamaican thing. You auditioned twice for SNL?
Yeah, over the past 10 years.
Hey, Lauren Michael, it's me, Willie Macc. Just Mac facing on the show. I got my merch out here just so you can see it, Lauren.
Yes, that's so good. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. How long ago was that?
The first time was maybe like 2009, and then the second time was like 2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not much happened since.
Nothing has happened since.
What do you mean you got
commercials?
No, he got his own HGTV show.
TV show,
Yeah.
and more prestigiously, on the episode of Floor Is Lava with us.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to air, by the way. Floor Is Lava, this will be released after the show is aired, so we can kind of talk about it a little bit. But you got on the episode. How? Go ahead and tell them how you got on.
It's a mixture of things. So, Danny, my friend Danny, found this audition for Floor Is Lava, and it's like, hey, let's do it. And was like, all right, cool. And then I remember, obviously, you all were on it, and I was like, hey.
How could you forget?
Naturally, y'all were the stars of the whole entire series. And so.
Compliment us more.
I told Danny, I was like, when we do this audition, we should talk stuff about the triplets the entire time. And so when we had our first audition, they was like, why do you want to be on Floor Is Lava? I was like, because of those Virzi Triplets. I can't stand them. Even when I seen their episode and how smug they are, I was like, this is America right here. And I'm pointing to me, my Danny, he's Asian, and Tommy,
This is America on only television commercials.
Yeah.
You clearly have not been outside of California much.
I know, right? So, and because of that little rivalry, they end up giving us a second call back, and they was like, hey, tell us more about the triplets. And I was like, what's y'all's bond? I was like, we're friends, but at the same time, we're like frenemies. And I just doubled down the second time. I'm like, the problem why they lost the first time was because their arms were too short. They wasn't able to grab, and I just kept on going with that. And for them to put us on the same episode, because they told us, hey, you all are going to be on the episode with the triplets, but don't tell them.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell you all until, were we in Utah?
I think it was a week before.
A week before.
Yeah, we're filming. Well, I like how they said don't tell, and then literally we saw you guys walking into this the set, and we're like, oh yeah, no, what do you got? What did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah. It was crazy, but we on there, and I'm just glad that we beat you all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we I don't know if we're gonna release Chris's before or after you, but you're in the now you're a loser just like us.
Oh, I was so mad.
Yeah.
Lost by seconds.
Yeah.
Did he tell you all that? It was one of those things where it was
aired
like,
on Netflix.
Willie, it aired.
At this point, it'll already be aired.
oh, my bad.
No, you're good. But yeah,
But yes, we
wow, we saw it and it was such a nail biter.
it was a nail biter.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, no. Well, again, it's not so bad being a loser. They bring you back for the second season, and then
yeah, and now you're in like the Netflix, especially like reality roster. Like, so if there's
Yes.
other ideas that they might have, and y'all are part of the family forever now.
as small as
boy.
it is, yes.
Boy, howdy are we. Check out episode 1 if you have not. I will say, you might not have gone on SNL twice or maybe 3 times after this, but you did beat us technically in Floor's Lava. So that is a career accomplishment.
That
you can take
I
home
can retire now.
to the Mr. and Mrs. Macc.
Well, it was just, yeah, I just thought we're all comedians, obviously.
Yeah.
Chris told us actually that they were comedians, but he was the only one that's not a comedian. Singer. That guy was a finalist on The Voice.
What?
Oh yeah,
First season, yeah.
crushed it.
Oh, he looked like he can sing. He looked like one of the Property Brothers too.
Oh,
Like,
he's
look at
beautiful.
that.
He's
Yeah,
beautiful. We saw him in the studio here. He beautiful skin. He looks better than us.
Man,
And then, but yeah, you're a property brother too.
brother with an A, with
Yeah.
an A, no ER.
Hey, you're on a good little streak.
And no success.
They gave us one episode and then canceled it. And we weren't even supposed to do that episode. And they
Yeah.
only aired that because it was Black History Month.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I wonder.
And they gave you a hot time slot too. It was like 4 a.m. We're giving you a 4 a.m. time.
You're right on after the infomercials. You're right.
Billy Mays got a better spot doing Oxy.
Hey, that's so funny
Yeah.
because that's true.
You and Phil Swift.
Oh my goodness, they did us wrong.
I will say, if you listen to the first episode of this podcast, you know the story. I've told you the story of what happened to us in the show, and then hearing about yours, I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's worse. Yours was way worse than mine.
The HGTV thing. That's what he's referring to.
Yeah.
You've had more bad breaks than anybody I've
And we're just talking about your teeth.
Yeah.
For those that don't know and they are watching this, my bottom row of teeth are denture.
Yeah.
There it is.
Bad breaks. We're talking about your teeth.
Our videographer just threw up.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
I just started talking about that on stage. It took a long time for me to be comfortable to do this.
Yeah.
And then as my confidence grown and I just became more like, fuck it. I was like, all right, let's just talk about this on stage. And I love when women do this little little move right there because I'm like, that's how we feel when we see you without makeup for the first time.
Yeah.
It's a perfect rebuttal to that too.
Yes.
No, I love all the jokes we've seen with your teeth and everything. Actually, we've been doing a couple shows recently and just crush it. We might be doing shows, depending on when this air. I don't know when we announce it, but there might be a little,
There will be
lava gang going on.
Lava gang,
do-
lava gang.
No gang signs, please. We do. It's not. It's going to be announced later this year. It's not an official thing, but we are planning a tour right now with Willie.
I showed you the thing, yeah?
With Willie and Danny.
No.
Called
Sure
it
you did.
the
Yeah,
tour is lava. That is the plan. No Netflix affiliation.
That was it.
But yeah, we will. We are going to be trying to do a tour later on in the year.
I
With
cannot wait. To be
go.
on
By
the
the way,
road with you all is amazing.
Willie's one of the most fun people to have on the road, especially in Texas Roadhouse or wherever we end up going.
I love Texas Roadhouse. I walk out with rolls every
Yeah, you
time.
do.
Oh my! Yeah, okay. I forgot to tell it. We went to
Not rolls of money, by the way.
We went to Texas Roadhouse because we did Tulare, California, Middle California. It's not a glamorous place. There.
Central Valley.
Truck stop of a town, and I wanted Texas Roadhouse. So we go to Texas Roadhouse, and I was like, "Can I get you guys anything else?" I'm like, "Nah, we're good." And Willie's like, "Man, I wanted a box." So instead of asking for a box, he takes cinnamon butter, lathers an entire roll of cinnamon butter, and then puts another roll on top of
Yes.
it and just starts eating it on the way out of the restaurant.
He makes like a totem pole of rolls that he ate on the way
And
out.
I could not have been happier.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's no embarrassment by it. Everybody's looking like, is he taking rolls out of the restaurant? I'm like,
Hell yeah. Hey, listen, who are they to judge? Okay, they're in Bakersfield. Right? Let's be honest here, okay?
What is your favorite part about a road trip?
The camaraderie inside, the things that are talked about while going to a destination, especially when you're with the right people.
Yes.
Sometimes it could be like, oh my God, can you just shut up or just go away? I hate that I'm on this trip. But then it's people like you all, and we sit there and we're just joking about whatever and just like listening to you all banter. It's just a fun experience. It's like being able to sit in a green room at a comedy show where all the authentic conversations really happen, and that's what happens on road trips.
I think it's you're right about the camaraderie, but it's also the real talk. There's no bullshit. Everything's just straight to the point. We're there to fuck around, have a good time. Like that's my favorite part of road trip.
Well, I think the best part of being a comic too, especially with people that you vibe with. Like Willie's one of our best buddies in comedy. I think we just hit it off the moment we met. Where it's like, you don't have to worry about offending someone or like walking a line. We've said some horrible, heinous jokes to Willie, and he said plenty back. But it's just like, all right, no judgment. It's just all out of a joke. There's, all the time.
Yeah, ideally road trips with comics. If it's the right group of comics, it's like the funnest thing ever.
Yes.
But if you get some other comics that you don't gel with, it can be so awkward. Like some comics are like very introspective and like take things seriously. But like we're a bunch of degenerates and we'll like and nothing's off limits. We joke around, nothing's serious.
Well, I'm not even saying for comics either. Like there are things that make like regular road trips bad.
Yeah.
Like very gassy people.
Yeah.
You're that.
But I'm a polite gassy person.
That's a polite, gassy person.
I'll cork it during a road trip. I understand.
Absolutely not.
I'm about to say, I think you farted in his last road trip.
Absolutely.
Did I?
Yes. And he drove the way up. So if you're driver,
I did not when I was driving. Maybe on the way back, but I waited till you guys were sleeping at least.
By the way, we go on this road trip to Bakersfield. Sean, where I said I would drive back because Sean drank a little bit with a couple fans that came out to the show.
I always drink with my fans.
And I'm speeding back. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm speeding back, and I get pulled over. And Sean just, while the cops walk into the car, Sean goes, "Oh yeah, I've got an open container in here." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I've got an open container in the car. Don't worry about it. It's no biggie." I'm like,
That's a biggie.
"What?" "Hi, officer." And I couldn't even try to talk my way out of it. I'm just like, for the love of God, please don't search the car because this idiot didn't tell me he's drinking in the back.
Well, it's my car, first of all.
Yeah.
Second, I was going to tell you, but I feel like I should give you some, I should give you some heads up. But yeah, it was fine. Don't worry about it.
You did.
And nobody said what the container was. It was just open.
I will say, the best part about a road trip is growing a new friend. And Mitchell has one right on the side of his face there.
I do have a big zit if you want to zoom in on that. Listen, I wouldn't say that's the best part of a road trip, but yeah, I mean, I don't think we've really had any like terrible road trips. Like I can't think of any like destinations we've been to that have been.
We don't really take trips with people that we don't get along with.
And that's smart. I've taken one. I went down to San Diego with some comics, and it was supposed to be just me and Danny. But then there's other comics like, "Oh, y'all driving down there?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Can I ride with you?" I was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah.
And it was the worst time. They were very sensitive. Me and Danny would make jokes and be like, "What do you mean by that? That's not right for you to say that." And so then it got to a point where I would just turn the music up. He's like, "Can you turn the music down because I'm trying to sleep?" And I'm like,
no.
"Oh, bro, this will never happen."
Wait, can you type in a message who it was right now? Now I'm because you told me the story.
No. The camera's gonna catch it. You got to.
Oh my God.
I don't.
We'll do it after. We'll do it after. Yeah, no, that's.
I'm gonna hold it this way.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, we haven't had very bad. We also kind of bring people down to our level. Like we kind of treat people like family, so they know it's like, it's like we're just kind of joking around. So if it doesn't get to where it's not that you were being personal about it, but if you show signs of weakness on the road trip, we're going to expose that the entire road trip. That's when I will aggressively fart. That's when I'm like, you could either have me farting or making jokes. Make it big. I'll use it as a weapon.
I'll go to that ExxonMobil and I'll get a chili dog from the roller if you really want me to.
Yeah, it's happening, baby.
Some flaming hot Funyuns in the car.
Oh my God, that's
the Mountain
so good.
You like you're the flaming hot Funyun guy?
I'm the flaming hot.
What's your
Funyun
go-to?
guy.
What's your go-to road trip snack?
It's a Take 5 candy bar. I do the Energy Arizona teas.
Yes.
Okay.
And Skittles. Oh, I'm high. Oh, I am definitely high.
Wait, Arizona tea and Skittles? Where have I heard that before?
Oh, snap.
No, it was a Sprite and Skittles.
No.
No, it wasn't Arizona tea and Skittles.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
that's a black thing.
I don't know.
It sounds familiar. I'm not exactly sure where
I
it's
don't know
from.
either.
Yeah,
sounds
it
familiar.
is that from Trayvon Martin.
What?
Don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Did he take 5?
No. Oh. He took more than 5. He's gone.
Jesus.
Dylan's not happy about
Can
that.
mark that.
You can hear the clicking of the Sharpie, scribbling out what the time.
Yep, not posting this.
If you can't get along with
He
that,
wants to laugh though. He won't laugh.
he liked it.
Dylan's got a message with you.
Well, if you can't take a joke like that, you're probably not going to go on a road trip with us
At all.
Or like their podcast. It's a candy bar. What I was just asking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good pick. Like those are, Skittles is solid.
Yeah, I feel like so. Or do you not? Okay, are you more sweet as opposed to chocolatey? Like,
But that's both. It's
yeah.
weird that you did chocolate and
no, he didn't. He did Skittles.
Take 5.
Take 5.
Take 5 is
He
chocolate.
did
It's like
chocolate bar with pretzel, nougat,
Peanut.
peanut butter.
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
So yeah, usually
ingredients.
you do like a sweet and it's usually a chocolate or like a sour like gummies or something like that, or
Yeah.
and then you go to like Chex Mix or something that's salty.
I do like some good chips. Like I was gonna get those vegan chips, those vegan straws.
The
yeah.
sticks.
Veggie straws.
You eat weird. I know. I tell you all the time. You eat weirder than anybody else I've ever seen. You're the only person I've ever seen that he eats. Say he has a loaf of bread from Texas Roadhouse. Okay.
Give him a. If you go to a restaurant, and this is how Willie eats, he gets a burger, fries, and a shake. Willie will, or in a soda. Willie will just eat only his fries.
Yeah.
He won't take a drink. He won't mix them. Then he'll eat only his burger.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, he just shotguns his drink, and that's how he eats his food. There's no mixing. It's just I only eat one, then I only eat the other one, and then I just chug my drink.
You eat like a robot.
Yes.
And the crazy other part is I'll be thirsty throughout the meal. Like after I eat the fries, I'm thirsty. And I'm like, but I can't drink my soda until I'm done with my burger.
Why do you torture yourself like that?
I don't know. I think it messes up the flavor.
No one else eats like that, by the way.
No, it makes it better.
No, it doesn't. If you eat
Yeah.
the fries and then drink the soda with it,
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Dylan's nodding and saying yes. He does the same thing.
oh, you do one at a time?
That's why a lot of higher-end restaurants, you're not going to get a soda with some steak or something.
Thank you.
Dylan is saying that it messes up with the taste. You're not gonna get a soda with your steak.
Dylan doesn't eat.
Dylan doesn't go to
eats like-
higher end.
Dylan
Dang.
eats like rabid food, and then he
Oh, my
poops his
goodness,
pants. Like,
Dylan.
Dylan's from Lubbock and Albuquerque. Higher end to him
Dylan,
is
I would
McDonald's.
not let them talk to you like that.
I will say, because even when I'm at when I'm at a steakhouse, I will take a cut. I'll take a cut of steak. I'll dip it in mashed potatoes, have that together, and then I'll take a sip of wine right after.
And by steakhouse, he means at TGI Fridays. He's not going to.
A1 on it.
Yeah.
No. I don't do that. But I'm saying you get the mashed potatoes or the mushrooms, and you have a sip of wine after, and it just goes
Hey, what about?
beautifully.
Can't it enhance it?
If-
Is that never crossed your mind? Because in your head,
Drinking?
yeah, like in between.
No, like the burger and then a bite of fries.
Like,
or
can't
a
you
burger,
pair a
soda.
drink? Can't you pair something that goes well with it?
The only thing that I've ever mixed together was my macaroni and cheese and candy yams. Because when my mom made it, she would always put the candy yams and the macaroni and cheese together so it would like kind of bleed through. So it has like this little savory and sweet taste to it.
But
And-
but
yeah.
I mean like having a food, having a drink in between, and then going back to your food. You don't think there's a drink that can enhance your food?
No.
So you would rather, while you eat, be thinking, "Oh wow, I'm really thirsty." There's a drink right there.
Now,
That
if I'm
was
choking, I would drink. I'm not gonna die, but if I sit there and like I can't do it. I don't know why. I want to.
so.
Though.
If you were to go,
No. That's what bugs me is you say I want to.
I'd be thirsty. I'd be thirsty as hell. But I was like, if I hurry up and finish my food, I can have my drink.
You are literally a horse that has been led to water, and you're just choosing not to do it.
You're just choosing not to drink it. You're like, oh, there it is. Boy, I'm thirsty. That would taste real good right now.
You know what?
Fuck it, I'm gonna go and eat
Once we're
this.
done, we're gonna go get some food. And I'm gonna try out this
Yes.
weird way of
There we go.
eating.
Yes. Oh my god. Weird? It's a normal
I
way
want to
to
know what you all.
I mean, I guess
how do y'all feel?
2/3 of the or 2/5 of the people in here. Sorry, Well, I'm used to being that's one of our jokes. 2/5 of the people here don't like. He eats it. How you do? All like you do, all at one time.
You better not say the opposite way.
60% of the people in here. 60% of the people here he didn't eat it normally. So we'll try it out. I'm excited. I have
There's a
some
pizza spot right up the street that we're gonna go to.
I have some combinations for you, Willie.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited.
Yeah, pizza and soda definitely goes great together. It's just the carbonation.
Don't
act
you're a
like
rabbit.
you
eat Thai food
You
and
should hear Dylan. One day we're gonna get Dylan a mic down there. You know when he's
Ah,
and we're gonna let him talk, but we don't have a mic set up.
it actually picks up pretty well. So, but
Until then, he is silenced.
yes, he is silenced.
yeah, man.
My zit will have a mic before him.
No, the road's fun, man. I'm looking forward to once we get everything settled out with the shows. We're working on booking out the rest of the tour towards the fall.
yeah.
But I'm super excited. I think we can do a lot of East Coast places, a lot of Midwest. St. Louis, I think we're going to be able to get a show there. But very excited to announce that later on.
Yes.
Later
Yeah.
on. It doesn't have any affiliation with Netflix.
Not at all.
Not at all. But
But they can sponsor us if
they
they
can
like.
sponsor us.
If
they
y'all want to, please.
Yeah. We have diversity on there.
It is a pretty it's a diverse lineup.
Yeah.
Fun lineup. It's a dope lineup,
Yeah.
actually.
Danny, we'll have Danny on as well one of these days.
And we'll pick up women along the way.
And we will pick up women along the way.
And then you can watch us.
How y'all doing? These are the triplets.
That's that's one thing. Is like anytime we go on the road, I don't hook up with women on the road. It's not. I just can't.
What up,
I'm
man?
one of
Why?
I just don't like. I've never been a one night stand guy. I'm not like a big fan of it. I'm one of those guys that needs a connection. You know, one of those.
You've had a couple close calls though.
Couple close calls. I've had a couple close calls.
Tell the one about Seattle.
Oh yeah. So we did the show in Seattle. I can't remember where it was at. It was at
Jai Tai.
Jai Tai. It was a good spot. They used to do like their version of roast battle up there. They have this back room, fits like 60, tightly packed. It was perfect. So we went up there and we did our one of our crowd work games is just fuck, marry, kill, and we let people in the audience choose who they want. So whatever. So they chose. The show ends. This probably 40-year-old MILF. MILF.
Yeah.
5'8", blonde, big titties, comes up to me, and she says, "You're the one I wanted to fuck."
Woo!
Mitchell creamed his pants.
And at the time, I had a girlfriend, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
"Listen, I have a girlfriend. I'm sorry, but
Like a month in, like
If-
girlfriend.
Oh.
if there were any other time, that would have been an exception to breaking mine.
Because she said that.
Well, it was a layup.
It was so direct.
It was Willie. It was a layup.
It was.
I feel like y'all get layups all the time, though. Like,
No.
No?
We're short.
Maybe on the road. On the road, it's better. Like it's easy because it's like on the road, it's like okay, hey, you're there for one night or the weekend. It's like there's a lot implied. So if you want to get laid, it's easier to get laid.
And they're coming to see you.
Yeah.
And they already made them laugh. It's the stage is the ultimate. Like, hey, if you saw the energy, you know everything about us. Like that's just is what it is. If you liked it, you liked it.
Yeah,
It's like 10 first dates shoved into one.
Yeah, no, it is. And
But-
LA is not the best. Like, I think if we lived outside of LA, like we were in like whatever Georgia, like any of these places, I think it would be layups. Even though we're short, I think it would be layups.
yeah, I think so, too. I would completely do it. I have no real morals in that little sense.
You're in the right city.
I'm in the right city.
For me, like that, it was just because she was like on my bucket list, a MILF. I haven't gotten with a mother yet. Taller than me. I if I can hook up with girls taller than me, I always enjoy it because as a short man, which you would never understand, it's a feat. You have to be charming enough for them to get past the stereotype of I only date guys taller than me.
You have to literally bring them down to your level just to kiss them.
Yeah.
So when
When I have to get on my tippy toes to make out with her, that nothing gets me hard.
Would you date a chick that's taller than you, or would you just...
Of course.
Oh,
Okay.
my last two exes have been at least 2 to 3 inches taller than me.
Sean's ex, it was hilarious. Anytime they took a photo, she would like crouch down a little bit to make him look a little taller.
I'll say she would do the whole leg bend in, like her leg just got rear-ended and bent it in, and then we'd be the same height.
Yeah.
The stanky leg. It
Yeah,
just
The Dougie.
Yeah. Just collapses in trying to
and I didn't notice it at first, but then every single photo that we had, I looked, and sure enough, it looked like somebody just pulled their knees in a little bit, and I'm like, God damn it.
Should tuck and roll. Yeah. But I don't think we have a problem. I think usually it's the girls don't want to date shorter guys. Typically, is what it is. Short guys will date. I'll date Lisa Leslie. I don't give a shit, dude. I'll date a 6'7" chick. I don't care.
I think Sue Bird.
Yeah, I think
Garden Sue Bird.
Alex dated Alex hooked up with a 5'11" girl. I've hooked up with a 5'10" girl, but I don't think
I have the record.
Yeah, I'm about to say this.
we are at the point
I've hooked up
now.
with a 6'2" man. So
That's what's up.
We are at the point now where we're like girls, and we want a girl that's 6 feet tall. We want a 6-footer just for one of us, just for the bucket list.
well, yeah, every guy has a bucket list. So I think for us, since we're short, a 6-footer's on there.
6 foot.
I think everybody always has wanted. Everybody wants to bang a milf.
Well, a game that short kings play is. Have you heard of Whale Wars?
No.
Whale Wars is. It happens. It's a college thing
I
where.
don't know if short kings play this. Our buddies.
Let me finish it, please. Whale Wars in colleges, guys will. I'm not saying this is appropriate, but guys will find the bigger girl they can, bring them to a party, and you want to hook up with. You want to hook up with a girl.
Whoever
Short Kings play their own version. Where I just heard Dylan scribbling over there. Short Kings want to. If you get the tallest girl, you're the alpha, right? Like I've hooked up of the three of us, 5'11's the tallest. So now it's like the mark is set.
think of it as a Captain Ahab and Moby Dick.
Yeah.
But for us now, it's a height thing.
A gathering of the giraffes.
the biggest woman I slept with was probably 350 pounds.
Okay, Willie.
Wow.
Is that what is that
Yes.
considered a?
I think you won,
Willie,
Whale
I
Wars.
think you won.
It was we was on College Hill, and we was when the cameras were not rolling. We
Hold on, give our audience a second to Google College Hill. Since it's a very
as
Caucasian
you
audience.
all call it,
When-
college
when the-
over the hill.
College over the hill.
When the cameras were not rolling, she was down the street.
That wasn't funny.
Was all right. I mean, yeah, we saw it had legs.
Too easy.
But we was playing this game of Truth or Dare, and there was a heavier set porn star chick there. That we didn't know. Only like 2 people knew that she did porn, and so people was like, "Hey, I dare you to go and top my boy off," meaning give him head. And they like, bet. So they would go to the bathroom. She would do it, come out. So once we found this out, every time somebody was their turn, they was like, I dare you to give it. I dare you. And so everybody went around. And so now this thing is over. And she didn't have a way to get home because her ride ended up leaving. And she's like, oh, I got to wait till the morning. I ain't got nowhere to go. And I was the only one that had a room available.
Oh no.
And so she spent the night and we hooked up.
Hey, have you ever seen that scene in Norbit?
Yeah. When did Norbit come out? Because it was around that time. Because I remember, because he had the
we were in
phone
high
the
school.
glass.
We were in high school. It was like 2006-ish.
Yeah, that's when I.
There it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
That's an obscure reference for those who get it. That
I
get it.
don't think it's that obscure. I think a lot of people remember it.
Oh, my God.
A little Jack Spratt.
Hey, I have no problem, man.
I don't either, dude. I've always said that, at least historically, bigger women are much, much funner to be with.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitchell's always wanted a girl that if they got into a wrestling match, like he wouldn't win.
Yeah, maybe one that's grew up around livestock, like grew up on a farm, like farm strong. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's
Growing up, churning butter, preparing for the moment.
yeah, something, Midwestern vibe,
Yeah. Stop
Like she
it.
moves bales of hay around, and, she can handle her own. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I like strong women. Okay,
Yeah.
sturdy, like strong women. I'm not afraid to say that. Okay, unlike Sean, he likes meek, submissive women. Sean's kind of Sean's a patriarchy, is what I'm saying.
He's part of the problem.
Yes.
No, I like girls that are a little taller than me and blonde, blue-eyed.
Sean for sure has a type.
Yeah, my last two. But
Have you heard of Oedipus?
What is that? I have never heard of this word. This is
Oedipus is a SoundCloud rapper.
no, I don't know who that is.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Sound like eucalyptus.
Yeah, well, of the same. Jesus Christ.
Oedipus is a Greek. It's a Greek. It's a Greek story. It's a Greek story where a guy falls in love with his mom.
Oh.
Yeah, and Sean, my mom has blonde hair, blue eyes.
Well, it's not that.
Oh.
Well, it's taller. Well, most guys have a blonde hair, blue eyes fetish.
I've never dated a blonde.
Yeah.
Fetish is like toe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not blonde hair, blue eyes. Just a preference.
Preference. Yeah.
But historically, that's all Sean's dated. I've at least dabbled in ethnicities and flair and stuff like that. Sean has been
Have
just
you?
pretty much down the yeah, dude, yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm the most.
Diverse.
I'm the most culturally
dated.
diverse.
Even recently, it's more diverse than at least you and Sean.
Willie, who's the coolest, most diverse one of us?
If I had to put you all in a category, Sean would be the least.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, because Sean seems like he likes what he likes. It's basic. He don't want to change anything.
I'm a simple man, Willie. You
Simple
nailed it right
man.
on the head.
that is 100% Sean to AT.
Yep. Good choice.
I see Alex as more of a person who would have some of these type of experiences and hook up, but not necessarily like tell people about it. That's hey, I slept with one of those before. Just
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, I'm open to this. Let's see what's out here.
Yeah, that's
You're actually
100%
wrong on
correct.
you're wrong on that. Because I'll tell. I don't mind telling you about it. Mitchell will be the one who's like,
No, absolutely
just
not.
Keep it on the down low. I don't need to.
No.
I do this. I don't.
Willie-
my personal life. I don't need to talk.
I think he's saying
Willie nailed it.
I think he's saying from an experimental thing, like I'll try it, not
like
so much
hooking up
telling.
or-
Yeah.
Not the telling.
No,
part
he's
of it.
saying hooking up.
I know, but he's not talking about like you saying like he's being like, yeah, I'll give it a try, like I'll dabble. You would be like, if I did do it, I wouldn't tell any about it.
That's not true. I've told Willie about experiences.
Yeah, you told me, but you're not. I'm saying you wouldn't be open. He would be open.
He's open
No, he
to
would
whatever.
not. Mitchell's the
Really?
Mitchell's the most.
No. Hold on. He's open, but he doesn't kiss and tell.
If I'm dating, I like to keep it more private.
It's not open then.
He's open to trying an array of girls,
So am I.
but he doesn't really.
Yeah.
Would you have had Willie's girl from College
Okay,
Hill?
don't be ridiculous.
yeah,
Don't be.
You catch
Mitchell
Mitchie.
wouldn't either.
You catch
People-
Mitchie on a 2-bottle
you
night.
can't
But
use
that's also
you can't use like extreme examples. That
Really?
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
But that's just a difference in me and Alex in general. Whereas I'm more relationship geared. Alex is more kind of friends with benefits hookup.
Yeah,
so like
same.
that's like. Yeah, Alex would be like knocking off the fucking list and then be like, hey, by the way, I banged one of those.
Yeah.
That's
I don't say one of those.
I
but
just
that's a quote from
started
Willie.
getting inside, going outside my race. Like
Oh.
I was always scared. I was racist. I was 16. I was 16 years old and I was working at Walmart in St. Louis. And
You're a dad at this point?
I was.
He was.
I impregnated her at this point. But so I had a coworker, and she was white, and she was like, "Hey, I want to hook up with you." And I was like, "Really?" I was like, "All right, cool." After work on Friday, this is maybe like a Monday, Tuesday.
What a
You
good
am-
pickup line.
You impregnated a girl, and you're just like, okay, yeah, I'll hook up with another one.
I learned what I did wrong.
Fair enough. Okay.
At 16, that's what you do.
Yeah, let's go grab some Walmart condoms and do it again.
They were so that Thursday night before, me and her, I had a dream. I went to sleep and I had a dream that me and her hooked up, but she had like a reptile scale vagina and it ripped my penis to shreds. And I've been scared of white women ever since. But I also grew up in St. Louis where we went to school with KKK members. So we would have race fights all the time.
Same.
So, yeah, I had race
I
fights.
went to school with my cousin.
So you
That's probably, okay.
so you thought her vagina was like a kimono dragon.
Like a kimono drag. Piccolo.
Komodo dragon.
Well, you've had
A Namekian pussy.
So I was always scared, and then I came out here, and then as I saw things kind of be more diverse, I was like, okay, but the opportunity never really presented itself, and I was always scared to go up to one and be like, hey, how you doing? I was like, oh no, what if they don't?
I mean, it is. I mean, that is like the ideal first like setup, where it's like, yeah, do you want to hook up? Like, especially out here, nobody's gonna just say that.
Yeah.
In LA. So I get why you'd be, but also you've had a horrible experience with reptiles throughout your life.
Oh.
What I was gonna say is that I think it's better that you didn't do it then,
Oh yeah, I'm so glad I did.
because you never know in the South.
Yeah, it's definitely different. If that word would have got out, like my dad was chased out of the. My dad lived in Arkansas. He was born and raised in Arkansas, then moved to Los Angeles. But the reason he moved to Los Angeles was because the KKK found out that he kissed a white woman, and he ran as far west as he could go and ended up in Los Angeles.
I kissed a cracker and I liked it.
I cannot sing that, but graham cracker. She had a tan.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah. So now I'm like, hey, what's the dealio?
Yeah, I mean, I think as I'm older now, I don't know if it's just because, like, I need something a little different. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, maybe it's just Los Angeles because, like, I would say a lot of the guys and a lot of the girls are like very much down the stereotype on both sides. So like, I like something where it's like, you know,
Pegging?
no, I just like something that like I like a different upbringing than mine. I like something different. So like
People that aren't triplets?
no, like basic
People that
white,
don't have happy families
basic
and
white upbringing.
ideal
Oh,
upbringings.
yeah,
I mean,
like-
basic white upbringing. I like something else. I like something
Yeah.
like much different than what I grew up around.
Yeah.
But still having some of the same values. Family values obviously important, but like, you know,
He doesn't know what he wants, honestly.
not
It's
really.
fine. It's fine. We all trying to figure this shit out, and it's crazy because like I hear like a lot of like women either come talk about this either as stand-up comedians or women comics or just women in general. It's like, oh, it's so hard to find the right man or whatever out here. And I always ask them just to mess with them. I'll be like, have you ever tried someone outside your race? And you just see their brains be like, do not compute. Like they just like, well, no, you know, I haven't,
Really?
but I would be what?
Really?
Oh yeah, I love doing that.
So, but most of them haven't.
Most of them have not. Not even have dated, but even hooked up or whatever. Because a lot of them are scared of what their families might think, especially when it comes to African Americans, Black people, Negroes, and
That was Willie.
coloureds.
That was also
also Willie.
The
How do you
audio
feel about?
broker.
How do you feel about?
That was Willie. That one was Sean. No, that wasn't.
no lessons.
Yeah, my grandpa always
Oh,
used to say,
Jesus
"The
Christ.
darker the berry, the sweeter the juice."
We say that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. He didn't say that.
That's funny.
He said other things.
Yeah, but I find that interesting now because, like, especially here in LA, it's like you have the opportunity to do it. It's like very accessible. It's like easy to do it in Los Angeles. So I'm kind of surprised that a lot of people have not.
Yeah, but just like everything in LA,
A lot of guys like this guy over here.
No, I
get.
No, I'm open, but like they want to seem like they're open to it, but not.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
you.
That's the other
That is
thing.
you. That
I
is
would-
100%.
I would
Sean.
Yes.
Have you been
Sean?
with an African American lady?
You have to think about it.
When was the last? When was the,
no.
Count
That's
to
a no.
5.
That's
when was the last dates you've been on that? Numerous dates with somebody that was not blonde hair, blue eyes.
Me,
you, Will.
oh,
like brunettes,
like
or like different ethnicities.
Both.
I mean brunettes, whatever. But like the last ethnicity.
Yeah, there it is.
It's not that I'm opposed.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you. Go ahead.
You're almost 30. You're
Willie-
30. By the
Willie,
time
I'll
this
tell you
comes
what,
out.
we won't put you alone in a room with Sean. How about that?
Thank you all.
Yeah, we got to make sure you're protected here.
He's fine.
How did we get into race? We weren't.
Willie
We
brought
were
it
talking
up.
about.
No.
No, we were talking about because Willie talked about
having
hooking
a
up
take
with
5.
College Hill girl. Willie talked about the College Hill lady, and then
Oh yeah, the big girl.
yeah. But I'm with you on that one. I think bigger women are fun.
Do y'all have a favorite food? I'm starving right now, to be honest with you. I smoked a little bit before I got here.
Ooh,
Yeah, Willie had an
already
insane
done-
case of the munchies. We only have 20 more minutes left.
Yeah,
so
we're good.
We'll go
We're-
grab some pizza. Or
We're
whatever.
mowing through this.
Usually, pizza and chicken tenders are like.
We have the palate of 5-year-olds. So again, chicken tenders, pizza, hamburgers, French fries. Really, I mean,
Oh, recently, dude, I've been on a Chick-fil-A bender.
Really?
'Cause we
Getting
ne-
what?
I get 12-piece nug, I get a spicy chicken sandwich, and I get the fries and a large Diet Coke. But here's what I will say: we never had it growing up. We in our hometown, we just got a Chick-fil-A a year
years
ago.
ago, 3 years
Yeah,
ago?
2 years ago.
God's chicken.
So now I feel like, I mean, you're from St. Louis, so like
There's
you guys
a lot
have
of
ton
them.
out there.
I've had
So
them,
like,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, for us, it's like, oh my god, we've never had. I'm like binging it lately.
you're making up for lost time.
At least 2 times a week.
Chick-fil-A's overrated. I'm gonna be honest. It's good.
Yeah.
But
Rank your chicken sandwiches.
give me the restaurants I'm ranking between because Chick-fil-A I think is overrated.
You said it's overrated. What's a better chicken sandwich?
How about chicken? Because Cane's is not technically a chicken sandwich.
Let's see here. Better chicken sandwiches. I'm gonna go the rankings. If I have to pick the top 3 or the 3 I can think of off the top of my head, Popeyes number 1, Chick-fil-A, and then I don't have another one, but KFC is my third. Yeah.
KFC.
I'm just thinking exclusively chicken
Yeah.
spots.
Cane's? You would put KFC over Cane's.
They don't have a chicken sandwich.
Yes, they do. They have
Willie-
it's a chicken finger sandwich.
Willie, rank your chicken sandwiches.
That's racist, Mitchell.
The ones that my mom made us as little kids.
Outside of that,
I'm
restaurant.
joking. It definitely is Popeyes, Chick-fil-A. Dang, I don't know. These are very close. I just like the spicy part of Popeyes. But
You see how me and Willie have the same taste.
This would have been a great clip 3 years ago when chicken sandwiches were a huge thing.
And they got this thing, I don't know if y'all know about it, you have to ask for it at Popeyes called the Cajun Sparkle. It's behind the desk. If you go up to Popeyes the next time, like, hey, can I get some Cajun Sparkle? They'll go behind the desk. It's this extra seasoning, Creole seasoning, that you have to specifically ask for at Popeyes. And it makes it so much better. And I love it. And
I'll
I
have to try
love
it.
it.
El Pollo Loco has a sauce on that too. If you ask for it, it's
Oh.
they have a habanero spicy sauce that's pretty damn good. Yeah, no, Chick-fil-A's overrated. I'm sorry, it's just that's the fact.
Hey, you know,
Willie and I confirm Popeyes is better. Popeyes got better chicken.
Yeah.
I will say
Not
that
the
you all's
worst chicken.
pizza game is amazing. Like
We-
that spot, Chi-Chi's.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Shout out to
goodness.
Chi-Chi's in Simi Valley. That's our. We were born there pretty much. We just came out little greasy spaghetti chuggers.
Yeah.
And that's our stomping ground.
I never had an anti-pasta. Is that what it's called?
Antipasta.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, Willie.
What are you?
No, you're good.
Antipasta.
I've never
What'd I
had.
say?
I've never had.
was close.
Antipasta.
I've never
It
had.
was close.
I've never had chatlings before. What are?
At least I said it the way it looked like it was spelled.
Yeah, no,
Have
you
y'all never had chitlins?
No, I've never
No.
had. We never had
Oh.
grits. You were the first person to turn us on to grits.
Oh,
Chitlings, who's she?
chitlins are amazing. I haven't had them in a few years because my palate has changed.
Yeah.
But is
that from your new teeth?
I had.
I'll tell you what. You pick a spot with a. You think there's good chitlins, or I don't even know where you get them.
What is a chitlin?
A chitlin is a pig intestine that you clean out and that you cook them in a skillet.
Is that what you did at your college hill days?
I did. I did. There was something down there called a conch fritter.
Oh,
Now,
Conch fritter?
do you know what a
German.
conch is?
A shell?
a conch?
No.
Conch shell.
Yes, that's
Yes,
what I'm
conch
thinking
fritter.
of.
Oh,
Conch.
Yeah, conch.
So you know what a conch is then?
But you can say it. I think
And
you can say it either way.
antipasta and conch.
Well, no, you can. That's like it
wait.
depends how you say it.
tell me what
Conch
a
fritter.
conch.
So it's a sea slug. It's-
Yeah.
And then you chop it up and you put it in pancake batter and you ball it up and you fry them in these little balls. They are amazing. And then I realized what it was because I was just always ordering it. And everybody from the Virgin Islands ordered it, so I was just eating it. And then all of a sudden, they was like, you know what that is? I was like, nah, it's amazing. They was like, it's sea slug and pancake batter or whatever.
By the way, I just looked up how to say, and Willie was right. It's conch,
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's spelled conch.
Yeah.
fritter. That is not something I'd probably eat. That's a very weird pancake puppy. That's a sea pancake puppy right there.
They have those primals, right? Do you know what a primal is?
Nah.
Primals are like people that only eat like raw meat, bone marrow.
It's guys that try to live like they're caveman,
Yes.
like our ancestors.
What's the craziest thing y'all have eaten then?
Well, I was gonna say these primals eat bull
Her
testicles.
name was Jamie. Ugh.
They eat bull testicles. Would you eat raw bull testicles?
If it was on some Fear Factor, yeah, but just nah, I couldn't. I don't think I could get through that, man. Maybe if it was cooked up the right way, sauteed with some seasoning, and y'all don't tell me what it is. If I will eat most things if I don't know what it is until you tell me, then I'm like, ugh.
I would eat it if they put Cajun sparkle on it.
It would be amazing then.
Yeah.
Have y'all?
No.
What's the craziest thing I've ever eaten?
I can't even stomach sushi. Like I can't.
You know what's
It's
crazy?
a texture thing for me.
We did a YouTube video where it was a blender challenge where we literally just threw in random ingredients. It was disgusting and blended it up, and Sean drank it
Oh.
and didn't puke. But he's like, I can't stomach sushi.
Because
I don't know how he does
because
it.
that's a liquid.
I guess.
It's a texture thing.
It's
And honestly, that wasn't bad. It just kind of it didn't have a lot of flavor. It's because whoever threw a fucking giant jalapeno in there burned my mouth up. But yeah, no, I can't do
The worst thing I've ever eaten was escargot, snail. Can't get into that. You know,
Was it from the garden or was it home or was it fancy?
I just remember my second grade teacher is the one that served us escargot.
Miss O'Neill. Oh, she was your.
And now Mrs. Lutz. And then the next
you had two foxes as
I did,
you had
dude.
a good lineup. Like his
Oh, yeah.
first grade teacher, his second grade
First
teacher,
to
milfs.
third
Y'all
too.
remember this?
Yeah, of course.
I can name, I can name
Miss
every
Kirby.
single teacher.
Damn.
And Miss Marshall.
That was
Oh,
my
Miss Marshall,
teacher.
yeah.
Miss Marshall. Oh, she was a baddie.
And don't forget the sixth grade teacher.
Oh yes, of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
This is so
Speaker.
crazy. I don't remember any of my teachers
Well,
in
that's
school.
'cause you're
That
like
was 10
90.
years earlier. You have 10 more years of experience. No, we had some baddies as teachers. Elementary school teachers, we had a fine lineup of Sheesh. They were. We saw my 5th grade teacher probably like 15 years later, like what, 4 or 5 years ago, didn't age a bit.
Still a smoke show.
Fine. Aged like wine.
Did you shoot your shot?
She had some fat
She had a-
ring on.
No, she had a.
Giant ring.
Yeah, she had a. I think she was dating a fireman or something. And, also, you know,
she flirt. She gave like that, like, oh, I know you want to fight, like a,
Yeah.
oh, great seeing you, see you around. I'm like, oh man, I'm getting that 5th grade boner all over again.
yeah.
The one teacher that I do remember, and y'all might cut this out, I don't care, use it, whatever, was my 5th grade teacher, Miss Zip.
What's her name?
Her name was Miss Zip. This is the only teacher that I remember.
Okay.
And this was the first time I found out that I didn't know till later on in life that I was actually molested by my
Oh.
5th grade teacher.
Okay.
So
I wish
we
I
act-
was.
no, Miss Zip was like late 60s. She kind of looked like what's the starfish name in SpongeBob?
Patrick Star.
No. Miss
Sandy-
Puffer.
Miss Puff.
Miss Puff.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like I'm joking, but if they had to model a person, she was Miss Puff. And so when we acted up in class, she would make us sit on her lap during class. So she'd be like, Willie, get over here. I saw you doing XYZ, and she'll sit us in her lap, and then she'll put her arms kind of like on our thighs like this. So she'll be just kind of holding us like this. And I'd be like, and it wasn't until later I was telling somebody that story. They was like, you might have been molested. I was like, nah, she just made us do that because we was acting up.
Mr. Mac, is that the little sausage in your pants?
And she flicks it like I did Malcolm. So that's the only teacher that I can remember
Willie,
in any of my schooling.
I need 6 from you.
This is not a funny matter for those. I'm sorry, but this is really what happened to me. It was just dead ass.
I can
Damn,
remember
if-
all my teachers' names.
Man, that's crazy.
If Miss Marshall put me in her lap, I would have nutted so fast.
Oh, y'all are so funny.
Oh, it would have been dripping out of my pants.
Y'all are funny,
Well, Sean always had nocturnal emissions.
Yeah.
which is a word that I learned from my son.
Yeah,
I had him
my
up till
dreams.
high school.
Huh?
I had wet dreams up until high school.
I still have them.
That's great.
Wait.
Do you?
As an adult,
Yeah.
you have wet dreams as an adult.
Yeah, wet dreams don't go away.
I've never had a wet dream in my life.
How often are you masturbating?
You wait, whoa. You might have just low T then.
Oh, that's true.
You might have very raisiny balls that you just can't.
Alex is
produce
2
enough.
years away from getting a Corvette, I think.
My balls are not impressive, I will say, but I've just never had a nocturnal emission.
You never had it.
If you
Never.
How is that possible?
if you jerk off early enough in your career,
No,
then
no,
you
no,
might
no.
avoid
In
it.
your career.
I started at 13. I was 13 in the game and started, and I haven't. It's been a
that's
strong
early enough.
going ever since.
First time I ever did anything masturbating was my son's mom is the one that first jacked me off at 16. I never did it myself, never touched myself.
Dude, I was 15 and they all started early and I was literally 15 years old when I did it.
Yeah.
Was it
did it
Mrs.
wrong.
Zip?
You did it wrong. Was it Miss Zip?
Yeah, I did it wrong the first couple times when I was learning.
How do you?
It took me a month. I know. It took me a month to figure it out.
What'd you do wrong?
The first jerking it. So when I first started doing it, I did it like I was climbing a rope, like that. And I'd always like, man, I was like, this doesn't feel that good. And then I started.
You look like you're salsa dancing.
Then I did it. Then I did it like I was a joystick on just the head. And then eventually it migrated to the full. I learned how to do it. And it took me about a month of figuring it out. And then once I finally figured it out, I'm like, wow, how did I not know this faster?
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, and this is also in the time when dial-up was still a thing, dial-up internet. So you could get a video, maybe 20 seconds.
Yeah.
But it would take a long time to load.
Yeah.
So you couldn't actually see the process. So we were still working with photos at the time.
Thumbnails.
Thumbnails at the time, yeah. So, you couldn't actually learn how to properly do it. Everything was like kind of, you always hear stuff on the playground, Like it was always like, oh, hey, you got to like treat it like it's a, like a tambourine or what, I don't know, fucking, like stuff like that. You always hear like hearsay from everything.
Hearsay.
Yeah. I was kind of the same way where I just kind of had to keep yanking it until, it came out. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what happened to me because when I was 15, they had all been talking about it, and I got in the shower and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to stop tugging on until it happens.
Yeah.
And then it did, and my legs buckled. I almost
That's so
literally
funny.
fucking hit my head in the shower.
That's so funny.
I've fallen and I can't come up, and I'm covered in cum.
But you're how do you have them now?
What? My nocturnal emissions?
Yes, wet dreams.
Wet dreams?
Yeah.
They just happen. I'll be dreaming about something nasty meaning freaky. Like it'll be me and a chick, and when she'll be having sex with me in the dream, and I feel myself about to orgasm, and then when I wake up, my bed is wet, and I got to change my sheets. I got to change my drawers, throw them in the washer, put some new ones in, and go right back to sleep.
You know how some people sleepwalk?
Yeah.
Maybe you're a sleep jerker.
You're a sleep nutter.
That's exactly what a wet dream is.
Yeah.
It's a sleep nutter.
But no, I'm saying maybe you're actually doing it, but you don't know you're doing it to yourself.
Put a camera up, Willie.
I'm not gonna.
Well, are you a frequent baiter?
A what?
Masturbator?
No. Maybe like once a week.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's not that bad. Okay, so you got a little bit of a backload.
Yeah.
By the way, this is direct promo for season 2 of Floors.
I was gonna say this could be a very smooth transition, but Willie, how was your experience on Floors Lava?
Talked a little bit about it. I mean, we're probably going to do something. Well, I guess at this point it'll already be on, so it won't matter.
Well, it is what it is, but
What'd you expect going into Floors Lava? What were you besides wanting to beat us?
we don't have to talk about the show.
Well, I'm curious. I mean, I know we'll talk about it, but
I think when I was going into the show, when I found out that the amount of money that we were going to win, I was like, this is going to be easy. I expected to just go in there and dominate. I will say I was questionable about Danny. Like Danny, I'm like, man, he don't have a lot of upper body strength. I'm like,
Yeah.
Danny was my concern, and I'm like, Tommy's in shape. Tommy goes hiking. He's a runner. So I was like, all right, cool. And sure enough, everything happened exactly like how I expected. Danny fell into the lava and injured himself. Tommy couldn't he couldn't grab on long to the little ladder one, whatever, and fell into it, and I dominated.
Yeah.
So, but
You get into a zone. Like, we played basketball with you before, and you get into that. You can get that, like, all right, lock in.
yeah.
Well, Danny, love the guy. I don't know if he's got that lock in. Like we got it.
he's Danny's a happy-go-lucky dude.
I was gonna
Danny's
say,
happy, man.
Golden Retriever.
you could tell when you could tell when a guy has a killer instinct, right? Like you flip a switch, you have it, I have it,
Sean-
Alex
Sean-
has it.
Sean.
Mitchell does not have it.
Sean.
what?
Mitchell does not have a killer instinct.
No.
Sean.
You know he.
When we
you
play-
know he doesn't. How dare you?
When we play pickup sports,
Uh-huh.
Sean and I are very much okay.
We will die to win this game. I don't care.
We will fight people. We don't care. Mitchie's the
know.
guy that if someone falls down, he'd be like, "Oh my God, is your rump okay? Let me brush your rump off. Okay, I'm gonna make sure you're good. Let me help you up.
Let me help you up, dust you off. I'm gonna make
jolly
sure
good
you
sport.
don't have a dusty booty over there.
Sean and Alex
Get back in the game.
Sean and Alex would go to 24-hour wearing the same Lakers. They will dress in a uniform.
Bad boys.
Lakers jersey. They'll wear the same gold shorts together.
Yes.
And then they'll go out there and injure 50-year-old men that are just trying to
That
get
is
exercise
so
in for the
funny.
day.
We're not
there's
injuring
20-year-olds
anybody.
too.
Hey.
No. But they are the type of guy. Alex is the type of guy that if they're inbounding from the other side of the court, like their team just scored, Alex will set a screen at the other end of the court just to like mess with people.
Absolutely. Learn your lesson.
My favorite moment is watching you all when y'all came to my building and played basketball. I felt injured. I cramped both my calves and my thigh, and I had to be like waddled off onto the sideline.
They had Paul Pierce you.
Oh, and you all, who hit that game winner?
Alex hit the last
y'all
one.
came back, and y'all were just like, and these are all like black people in this in this court.
It was people that play like they played. They had a high schooler that played differently, but like they played well.
And you all came through and just took over the game, and then it was like that last. I was like, yeah, everybody just went around like, oh, you let those little people get you.
That is one. People underestimate us, especially in basketball. The last place we went to, LA Fitness, same thing. It was like this group of friends. They're pretty tall. They played basketball before. They were black. It was 4 of them, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna play together." Like, and we're like, "Yeah, that's cool. We want to play together."
Mm-hmm.
And we picked up another guy. They picked up another guy. We asked some random guy, like, "Hey, do you want to play with us?" He's like, no, I'm gonna wait till next game." And then one of their teammates like, "Oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna play with these guys." And then that other guy was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna play with them." And then we just mopped them.
Yeah,
We
good,
just mopped them.
good.
Told that guy, no, I'm not playing with you. Wait the next game.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to play with us, but once we got the black dude on the team, he's like, oh, I want to play with you guys. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. Go grab some bench.
You know what? You know where there's no white privilege is on a basketball court.
Yes.
In a pickup game. Always picked last. They do not want you on the team.
Until they get to know you, and it's like those are shooters right there.
Exactly, but you have to prove your worth.
But
once
even
you're-
that, it wasn't so much that we shot. Like, we didn't particularly shoot well, but, like, everybody else that was watching. Like, the first game, it was just kind of, like, effort, which is fine. The second game where the one guy we picked up was just, like, it was awful. He was just jacking up threes. Like, he was filming because he played in Europe, whatever. And it was awful.
or said he did.
But everybody else saw, like, we were actually playing the correct way. Either the other team's like, yeah, like, you guys play well. Like, I don't know what this guy's doing. We're like, that's all we care
He
about.
brought a camera crew. He brought a guy with a camera into an LA Fitness to film him, and then proceeded to airball
First 4 shots, air balls.
4 threes in a row, and just he was maybe 1 for 10. And of course, the one thing he's going to cut up is his layup that he had.
Naturally.
And then be like, yeah, shredded, follow me on YouTube. But yeah, it was just like, we know
us,
it.
and we were screaming at him too. Like, Alex and I were just like, pass the ball. What are you doing? Stop taking that shit. Like, we don't give a shit. Like, we'll fucking tell you.
Yeah, as you should.
And we did it in Floor's Lava. We'll do it there too. We're like,
Yeah.
hey, Mitch, don't fall in. Falls in, whatever. Mitch is like, oh, the lava. Hey, good job. Get back in there. Go get my brothers. Hee hee.
Our strategy did fall out the window, and I'm not going to blame it all on Alex, but he was the one that if he did the right thing, we would have won.
Yeah.
That's not true.
But he was meek, he was shy,
That's not
he low T.
I genuinely don't think any of us would have actually made the jump across.
Yeah.
I don't think we could have.
Look at that, no confidence.
I disagree.
A no confidence type of guy. That's a low T type of guy right
If
there.
you guys had come from the other side and like realized like, oh yeah, I could step on the handle, which I did not realize you could do that. My logic was I knocked the fence down. I can get a running start. Nobody else had a running start. And of course that was not.
Dang.
It did not work out that way.
We lost by seconds, and it was my fault. We were going to win, but it took a while for us to get up this volcano.
Yeah.
And then they wanted you to clip on to this little thing like in the middle section, and then go up and put the thing on top, or the rock on top of the lava to stop it from flowing. I go up. I'm climbing up. They're like, you got to go back down to put this clip on your. I was like, and like, hurry up, go down. But I couldn't get my fingers kept slipping, and I couldn't get the clip on. And I see him climbing up there, and I finally get it on. And I'm like, ooh, 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 ooh. And he's like, boom. I'm like, boom. I was like,
We're not going to cut that up, by the way.
the boom, boom, and the click, click.
Yeah.
All the sound effects.
We're not going to cut that up. Well, just, yeah.
Well,
he made it racist.
yeah, what was
I
it?
did not. I did not.
Oh, that's funny. That was good. That made up for the last.
Again, he just knows what he likes, and he sticks to his
I didn't say
ways.
anything. I just said
He sticks to his ways.
I just said we're not going to cut that up. That's all. I just said we're not going to cut that up. We'll
He wants to give you a take 5. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, that's so funny.
I am hungry for some Skittles. So
I am down to smash some food after this. Willie, we are closing this bad boy out. You are one of our favorite people. I'm very excited to get the tour going. We'll announce dates obviously later in the year. Please plug whatever you got, and on the social media end.
In short, just follow everything that I'm doing online at Willie Macc. On Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Just look that up. Macc with 2 C's, M-A-C-C. So,
And
yeah.
Willie, W-I-L-L-I-E.
I-E, yeah. A lot of people do spell it with a Y.
It's because of The Simpsons.
Really?
Groundskeeper is Groundskeeper Willie
And it's with a Y.
or Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka, I think, is a more prominent reference to that.
Sorry. Well, they're both like the most popular Willies.
If you guys are,
Two most famous Willies, including this one, like they're definitely more popular.
well,
just
Willy's not. You're not.
You're a runner-up in Floor's Lava. That's amazing.
You're a Netflix loser. Welcome to the club.
Hey!
For those of you guys that might be new to the show, please do subscribe, follow across the board for Willie and for us at Virzi Triplets, individually at Alex Virzi.
At Mitchell Virzi. Sorry, I'm posting.
At Sean Virzi.
And please feel free to get some sweet merch. Cop some sweet merch right there. Flirty and Dirty. We got an I Was Sad shirt as well. Some other triplet merch. There's a different design with the Flirty and Dirty as well, so check that out.
Customize it online.
Yes, and we'll probably we'll drop some more merch, I'm sure, as things we'll see how things play out. Sure. There's
Yeah.
no I Was Sad moment popping up.
I want American flag tank tops. So if you guys want that,
We
let
might
us
we
know.
might drop
I want
some
to do
American
it. I
flag
want to do it.
tanks. We might drop some American flag tanks before this is
Join the team.
in the merch drop.
Yep.
But thank you guys so much for listening. Again, if you're new, please follow across the board at Alex Virzi, Sean Virzi, Mitchell Virzi, Willie Mack, and of course the Virzi Triplets. And of course, please subscribe, comment, all this stuff below. Thank you guys. Later. No clap. Please no clap.